pulled out in the second round, which left only one seed left in at quarter-final stage. And as you can see, that was Lee Zii Jia, the number 6 seed. 3 players who had either started in the qualifying or been promoted from the qualifying in the top half of the draw. And it was Shi Feng who had come through the qualifying, so he's already played 6 matches to get this far. Well, when we look at the race to Guangzhou standings, neither of our finalists are on that list at the moment. Lee Zii Jia is currently at 16. He'll go up 10 places. Whether he wins or loses today's final, he'll be at number 6 after this week. Shi Feng is currently at 54, but he will enter the top 20, either at 20 or 18, depending on whether he wins and loses. Kidambi will swap places with Jonathan Christie. Kidambi will go up to number 2, but Lakshya Sen will remain at number 1 on that race to Guangzhou standings.
Toyota GAZOO Racing Thailand Open 2022, part of the HSBC BWF World Tour Super 500 Finals.
So, the gold medalist from the Youth Olympic Games in 2018 in Buenos Aires in Argentina. Lee Shi Feng, prior to this week in Bangkok, he had never progressed past a quarter-final of any World Tour event. That's from 300 upwards. This week has been quite sensational for this 22-year-old from China. His 7th match today. 2 matches on Tuesday in the qualifying event.
Please welcome Lee Zii Jia from Malaysia.
The recently crowned Asian champion, Lee Zii Jia of Malaysia. Former All England champion, won the All England Championships last year in Birmingham. One of 2 finals in 2021. Also reached the final in Saarbrücken. But he's had a very consistent start to the year. Just 3 tournaments prior to this. And this is his 2nd final, having reached at least the semi-final of all tournaments played so far this year. I know it's only 4, but that still is very, very consistent. Well, this will be a 2nd meeting between these 2 players, and it might surprise some that the only time they met previously, it was the qualifier from China, Li Shifeng, who won at the China Masters, but that was in Lingshui China Masters Super 100 event. 2 straight games in 39 minutes.
And you serve or receive?
So, am I right that Lee Zii Jia won the toss of the coin and has chosen ends?
I'm not sure if he won the coin toss, but at least he chose ends, so either he's won or Lee Shifeng has won and chosen to serve or receive.
Well, I think the umpire asked Lee whether he wanted to serve or receive before he walked to the side, so that means that Lee Zii Jia must have chosen ends and won the coin toss. Well, what a moment for Lee Shifeng. The man who started in the qualifying. playing his first Thailand Open, 22 years of age, from Nangchang, the capital of Jiangxi province, landlocked province in southeast China. Currently 49 on the world ranking, and the highest he's been is 48, but Steen was explaining that yesterday, that because of the global lockdown, he wasn't able to play tournaments. Now that is so interesting. 6 tournaments played so far, total time on court 6 hours 22 minutes. 4 of his 6 matches going the full distance, including the semi-final yesterday against the man promoted from the qualifying, Naraoka, and that was 1 hour and 33 minutes. His opponent, Lee Zii Jia, he's 24 years of age, so only a couple of years older, but my goodness, he's more experienced in world terms. Tall athlete, as you can see, that's about 6'1". A 5th Thai Open. He was a semi-finalist here 3 years ago when he lost out to the eventual champion, CHN. But looking at his matches so far, qualifiers in the first 2 rounds, quarterfinal against Rus de Vito. He had to come from 4-12, 6-13 and 10-15 down in that deciding game. 11 of the last 12 points to win it 21-16. And then in the semi-final, he played against his now newly appointed assistant coach, Liu Darren of Malaysia. So our court officials, both from Thailand, for this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Lee Zii Jia, Malaysia. And on my left, Shi Feng, China. Lee Zii Jia to serve, love all, play.
So the only seed that was left in the tournament from the quarterfinal stage onwards, the number 6 seed Lee Zii Jia, the Asian champion nearest to us, getting this men's singles final underway. And Steen, the first thing I have to ask you about is the amount of time that this man has been on court. 6 hours 22 minutes in comparison to this man, who was on court over his 4 matches, 2 hours 57 minutes, so 3 hours 25 minutes longer to get to the final for Li Shi Feng. I asked this question yesterday, whether it was going to take its toll. Now, you poo-pooed it. I think that match and all of his matches this week are going to take its toll.
Yeah. You might be right, Julian. The fact is that he was very, very tired yesterday, already in the middle of the second game, I think.
3-1.
But of course, all the burden of expectation is on the shoulders of the Malaysian, because, you know, he's up against a qualifier. He's a seed. It
would be a big, big surprise if Li Shi Feng wins this match.
Despite winning their only previous encounter?
Yes, because it's 4 years ago. Wasn't it 4 years ago?
It was 4 years ago. Yeah.
And Lee Zii Jia has developed a lot since then. Now, you probably could say that so has Li Shi Feng, but we talked about it yesterday, that I still feel that he's not fully grown, so to speak.
Not as far as muscle strength is concerned.
Exactly.
Good pressure. He's got a wonderful attack, has Lee Zii Jia.
4-3.
He's actually the 3rd player from Malaysia to contest the Thailand Open final since the very first in 1984. And not to heap any more pressure on him, but just making the point that the only other 2 Malaysians to contest the men's singles final here. 21 years ago, Yong Hock Kin, and then 17 years ago, Mohammed Hafiz Hashim. They both won the title.
Yeah.
So, Malaysians in the final of this event have never lost.
And that's well played by Lee Shi Feng there. And one of the things that are different to this match than the match yesterday is that Lee Shi Feng can play it probably a little bit more patient today. Lee Zii Jia will come to him, so to speak, and that was definitely not the case yesterday against the Kodai Naraoka from Japan.
Brilliant.
A big smash there from Lee Zii Jia.
Service over. 5-4.
And look at that racket movement. It makes it so difficult to judge whether it's left, right, or a body smash. It's almost only the racket working on the top of the swing in his attack.
Service over. 5-all.
And even though he's a trained professional, Lee Zii Jia, you should actually try this at home. The smash with the quick racket release on top of the swing.
Gone wide.
Service over. 6.
Well, Steen, here's a fun fact for you. Neither of these two have won a World Tour event this year, which means that we're guaranteed a 9th different winner of the year at only the 8th World Tour event of the year. Now, how's that possible? That is because
no one won the side Modi.
Well, I'm calling them joint winners.
That's, I think, is a really good idea, because I've been hating that decision ever since it was taken, not to call it a winner.
Yeah. Arnaud Merclé and Luca Clairbeau, both of France, were in the final of the side Modi, and they both tested positive for COVID, and so there was no final took place. So as far as world ranking points were concerned, they were both given runner-up ranking points. But I'm counting them both as joint winners. Because neither of them lost either.
No.
Good smash. That's perfect placement from Lee Shi Feng.
And a really good start from Lee, who seems to play yeah, without pressure, without the pressure that we saw him play with yesterday, where he felt, okay, this was a really, really good opportunity to reach the final. I guess both players thought of that yesterday. Even Naraoka now in the final, he's playing this one as an underdog.
Service over. 7-8.
And beautiful smashing technique from Lee Zii Jia.
Oh, look at that net shot. Oh, you don't get better than that. Millimetre perfect.
8-all.
Missed it. Now that's the sort of shot that says to me that he's still got rather a lot of tension.
Service over. 9-8.
Good defense. Yeah. defended well. First opportunity to attack himself, and he made it count, Lee Zii Jia.
Service over, 9-all.
Brilliant. That, I think, was just inside the line.
10,
And the Malaysian fans, certainly one of them, on his feet. Oh, good reactions. Yeah. Well, on a run of 3 straight points, Lee Zii Jia has the advantage at the big game interval. Yeah, likes to play an aggressive game, the Malaysian. Physically strong athlete. So 11-9, opening game.
20 seconds, 20 seconds.
So Lee Zii Jia's coach, Indra Wijaya, former Indonesian player, then actually transferred and played a little while for Singapore, didn't he?
11-9.
If I remember correctly. Now,
Play.
appointed this Malaysian's coach because Lee Zii Jia has become an independent player. No, it's gone long.
Yeah, he brought his assistant coach to the semi-final.
Service
Lee Zii
over.
Jia, so he could sort of fine-tune his game.
11.
I wonder if what he would have done if he'd lost. Maybe he would have just deducted it from his salary.
Fired him. Oh my goodness, what defense. Oh, that's magnificent.
Service
It's a
over.
lovely smash rate we got in this
12.
match here. There's
Yeah.
no one really holding back.
Shi Feng.
That's a great shot. Amazing to get it cross. He was an attacking player himself, Indra Wijaya. Good defense.
Yeah.
That's amazing play by Shi Feng there. Fantastic defense because Lee Zii Jia gets help in his attack playing with the drift. So being able to hold him, that's a good job done by Shi Feng.
Service over. 11-12.
Good recovery. Just wide.
What a great rally.
12 all.
So back level.
Excellent.
Oh, it's called goods. And that is wonderful control
13,
from Shi
12.
Feng. Oh, that was plumb on the line. Well, the court's going to be mopped. Opportunity for me to point out another extraordinary thing. Christine, this is the third consecutive World Tour tournament where a player in the men's singles discipline who wasn't originally in the main draw has contested the final.
Yeah, that's right.
And because at the Korean 500 events, Weng Hong Yang won the tournament, having been promoted from the reserve list, and a week later, Jeon Hyuk Jin from Korea, exactly the same thing happened. He was promoted from the reserve list. This is the first tournament where we've actually had
14,
qualifying after the
12.
COVID restrictions, is it? World Tour event?
Ooh, that's a good question. I called Korea, but I'm actually not sure whether there was qualifying.
Ooh.
Well,
They wouldn't be promoted from the reserve list then. They
No,
would have gone into the
that's
qualifying.
Right, that's right.
So I think this is the first tournament where we've actually had qualifying. Wow, look at that.
But Jeon Hyuk Jin, did he win
He did.
Korea
13.
Masters? Yeah.
He beat
14.
Naraoka, who was in the semi-final here.
So everything's set for Lee Shi Feng, more or less, to follow in the footsteps of those two.
Missed it. Yeah, that's another sign of nerves and tension.
Service over. 15, 13.
I think it also shows these two wins from promoted from the reserve list, shows the impact of this COVID pandemic, where we played without qualification, and
Yeah.
pretty much the 32 players that were highest ranked, they could play whenever there was a tournament, and it was difficult for the ones aspiring.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful attack from Lee Shi Feng. But different for the players aspiring, the young players coming up, not within top 32 or within top 40. There were no chances to play.
Yeah, and they couldn't get into these top level
No.
events. Yeah.
So they're the ones that have been suffering most of all, in my opinion.
But the BWF have now announced how and when the world ranking is going to be unfrozen. And that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
13.
So this is a handsome lead. 3-point advantage for the qualifier.
Service over. 14, 16.
It's gone long.
He's
Service
playing to the
over.
far side of the court
17,
really well,
14.
Lee Shi Feng. I mean, taking initiative himself to prevent Lee Zii Jia from launching his big attack.
Look at that follow-up. That's good, isn't it?
Play you back on court.
Oh, my goodness. What a net exchange, and the final net shot from the Malaysian was played to utter perfection. Take a look at this. Here it comes. Wow. Now it goes down as a missed opportunity.
Have we seen him slice any of these attacking opportunities, Lee Zii Jia, put variation into it, or has it just been the placement? I haven't noticed. I haven't paid enough attention.
Missed it. That's hitting with the drift. That may have made the difference. The sideways drift from left to right as we look down during the rallies.
Quickly.
Yeah, that's well judged. Now, one of my very first coaches said, never assume it's going to go out. Always get yourself in position in case you change your mind. Lee Zii Jia was nowhere near that. Had to be very certain that was going out.
Service over. 19-17.
Fantastic block, but in vain.
Yeah, just long. And it's game point opportunities for Lee Shi Feng.
17.
Yeah, hardly touched that. Drift very much playing its part. Well, that's landed in. Opening game. 21-17 in favour of the qualifier. Lee Zii Jia 21-17. 21 minutes. Yeah, I think we can safely say he's happy with that opening game. Lee Zii Jia.
结合一些回放，盯他你的点招在什么，招这边还是一样，自己的速度切都不能慢，他可能也会这样，先给你，当你给他后。
20 seconds. 20 seconds. game. Love for play.
So 1 game to the good, the qualifier, Shi Feng of China. What can the Asian champion do here? Lee Zii Jia. Oh, that's way in. Oh, my goodness. Well, you were questioning whether there was any slices. There was one, Steve.
There it was.
Service over. 1 love.
It was reasonably obvious that it wasn't going to be a smash, even though we've seen Lee Zii Jia being able to fire those standing smashes.
As well left in the end. He was going to leave it, then he thought he ought to play it. And changed his mind a second time. Correct decision in the end.
Service over. 1-2.
We saw him play good net play
2-all.
yesterday against Naraoka.
Yeah, it was superb, wasn't it?
Yeah. And one thing I noted was that I thought he was really good in his forehand side.
Not deep or net or defence. What are you talking about?
At the net.
At the net. Oh, yes. The hold and flick did the damage.
Service over. 3-2.
Well, if I were Shi Feng, I would have started this second game and try and see if I could sort of knock out my opponent, and if he was nervous, and I could get off to a flying start in the second game here. Now that's obviously not the case, and given the fact that we saw him yesterday and the amount of time he spent on court, I would be tempted to do an Anders Antonsen.
Well, that's 3 return of service error in a row.
7-2.
Yeah, finds the line.
Service over. 3-7.
Yeah, it's a lovely angle. Just inside the line.
Well, there's some
4-7.
easy mistakes in it, also from the side of Lee Zii Jia.
Yeah, I think Lee needs to be very careful about lifting down the forehand side of the Malaysian. And I think he's beginning to look for that. This one.
Yeah.
Got the net towards Li Shi Feng.
Service over. 5-8.
There it was again. What you mentioned, Joe.
Yeah. Good rally. Missed it. He's going to challenge, but I saw that as just wide.
Challenges call out.
Here we go. Did he catch the line? No. Line judge was right, and I was right.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 9-5. Play.
Oh my goodness. That's well right.
10-5.
I think there's been a turning of the tide.
Yeah.
I think there's signs that Lee Zii Jia is beginning to relax into this final more. 11-5 the advantage at the mid-game interval. 6-point advantage for the number 6 seed from Malaysia. Well, still advice from Indra Wijaya. Well, I think the fact that the Chinese coach stretching the limits of how long he was allowed to talk to his man is an indication of his concern.
Play.
And that time it lands. Oh, well, he's going to challenge.
Lee Zii Jia challenges call in.
Called in. He begs to differ. Yeah, the line judge was absolutely right.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 6-11. Play.
Just wide.
7-11.
Oof. Not by much, but it was just wide. Well, losing your spatial awareness and making decisions about whether a shuttle is in or out, and making the wrong decision is often a sign of nerves. Wow, that is terrific smashing from the Malaysian.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, Jill, from the second round, when Victor Axelsen withdrew and Shrikant Kidambi withdrew as well, it's pretty much been Lee Zii Jia's tournament to lose this one, at least in the eyes of all our fans, all the fans.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is big pressure, isn't it?
It's something that you have to get used to.
Which makes, you know, the two recent greats, Lee Chong-wei and Lin Dan, and their longevity of how long they were at the top of world badminton, and they continue to reach final after final after final, makes it incredible, because it's the psychological pressure as much as anything.
I thought about it in the women's singles final.
That's terrific.
Sometimes when we saw finals between those two, we forgot that there was drift in the hole because they were so good at handling it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I think
15 and
probably at the stage, if we haven't already passed it, where Li Shifeng's got to say to himself, how much effort do I put in for this second game?
Yeah.
Or do I save myself for a decider?
And also looking for ways to score if he's going to play this near side of the court one more time. But I think you're right, Jill. These long rallies being a little bit behind in the rally and having to do a lot of work. I don't think he's interested in that.
No.
Service over. 16-9.
Oh, I don't believe that. How on earth did he control that net shot? He took it about 6 inches off the floor and plays the perfect net shot. That's just ridiculous. How do you do that?
I think, for my part, it was pure luck.
Service over. 10-17.
No, it's practice over and over again. Sometimes having the coach or the assistant coach dropping shuttles at you at the net, trying to return them from centimeters above the floor. When I came today, I went through the practice facility. There was An Se-young and her coach, Sung Ji-hyun, and they were not doing much, but they were doing some touch exercises just to get the right touch from below the tape, play it into the net. Not a whole lot of physical in it, but it just helps a little bit and could be the difference between winning or losing.
Yeah. 3 points away from a third and deciding game. It's landed in. 2 points away.
19-10.
It's come back in. There's no doubt that move with the sideways drift.
19.
That's an amazing shot.
Isn't that fantastic? Crisp, powerful smash from Lee Zii Jia, and game point opportunities. One game all.
Second game won by Lee Zii Jia, 21-11.
21-11 confirms the umpire. A fraction under 40 minutes. And one game apiece.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Lee Zii Jia, take a new shot. New shot. New shot. Final game. Level. Play.
So third and deciding game. One of the question marks in my mind
Service over.
is how much energy has Shi Feng got left prior to this final. 6 matches, 6 hours, 22 minutes on court. We're already 42 minutes into this final. Oh, my goodness. Can't afford anything loose at the net from either player. They're both ready to pounce.
Service over. 2-1.
Wonderful play from Shi Feng.
3-1. 1.
Well, it is indeed now over
Lee Zii Jia.
7 hours he's been on court throughout this tournament. I hope he's got a week off next week.
Well done.
4-1. Lee Zii Jia, take your shot.
Goodness. Well, the strings in his racket are broken. But that is amazing defense from Shi Feng.
Lee Zii Jia quickly.
I'm surprised he hadn't realised that the strings had broken with the big powerful smash and then just sort of guided. Instead of trying to play a hard winner, just play a soft shot into the open space. So what's the Malaysian got to do here, Steen? Because he's obviously riddled with nerves.
5-1.
Yeah, he is, and that's really, really difficult because you sometimes want the rallies to be over too soon. So I think patience is the way to go.
Oh, that is terrific.
Nice patient shot there from Lee Zii Jia. But obviously he's got to score as many points as possible on this near side of the court.
He's raining feathers
Yeah,
there. Did you see
exactly.
that?
I
So
saw
much
it.
slice on that shot. He sliced across the feathers of the shuttle, creates the extra spin.
Stay in balance if you're a Malaysian fan, or if you're a Malaysian player, actually. Ooh, he missed it.
That's the lack of patience, isn't it?
And he hurt himself.
Service over.
Oh, what?
6-2.
No, it was just the first 2 steps. It's this going for the one-shot winner. When you have a big smash like that, then of course you should use it, but it would be nice to have other options. A little softer but steeper smash, and then rush to the net and look for the kill there. Oh, he's landed in. No.
Well, it's ruled out.
Service
I
over.
wouldn't mind seeing that again, you know.
3-6.
No. But when he goes for the smashes, then reduce the make and break, or make or break rate, so that when he has the opportunity, he can make it bigger without risking getting counter-attacked.
Yeah, you see.
That's wild. So the next time he's got an option there,
Service
then
over.
Shi Feng
7-3.
stands in his backhand side. 2 missed shots in a row. And I think he needs to get to at least 6 or 7. Lee Zii Jia. That's well played.
Yeah, that was courageous.
At
Earned his own luck there. Li Shi Feng.
We have a problem with the scoreboard in the arena. Showing 7-3. Is in fact 8-3.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Nice block.
Yeah.
That's a lovely block from Lee Zii Jia.
Vertical, please. Vertical.
Totally mistimed that jump, didn't he? Totally. Yeah, he's landed before he hits it.
Thank you.
I never had that problem, Steen. I never left the floor.
Service over. 4-8.
I think this is a crucial next 3 rallies.
Yeah.
That's tame from the Malaysian.
Service over. 9-4.
Good play by Lee Shi Feng, playing it a little bit into the court. Look at this. See, in towards the service line, making it difficult for Lee Zii Jia to control it. Had it come over, there would have been a good possibility of spinning back from the Chinese. Perfect play.
He's playing really, really well. He's Lee Shi Feng.
4.
And he's definitely showing some tactical awareness, the Chinese.
And it is a very, very good lead at the change of ends in this deciding game. A 7-point advantage. Well, surely we're not going to have the winner of a World Tour event at 3 consecutive World Tours that were not originally in the main draw. Well, that scoreline suggests we are.
He came back from big deficits. Was it the quarterfinal?
Lee Zii Jia did, yeah, against the Roots de Vito of Indonesia. 4-12 down he was. 6-13, 10-15 down, and from 10-15, the Malaysian promptly won 11 of the next 12 points to close it out 21-16. So, with that in the memory bank, that will give him encouragement.
Play.
Yeah.
Service over. 5-11.
Yeah, it's good early judgment. It does bother me, you know, a little bit that Lee Zii Jia makes up his mind very early on when a shuttle is going to be out. He's got no possibility of changing his mind.
No.
Nice.
And this is concerning for Shi Feng because he hasn't been anywhere close to winning one of those 3 rallies. And there's still 10 home for him. He's going to come up with something. That worked.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Service over. 12-7.
Putting a little bit more pressure on the service return. It's one of the things that did the trick here. Leaving less time for Zii Jia to react.
Well left.
Service over. 8-12.
And now I think the Malaysian is again the favorite to win it. That's well done.
Service over. 13-8.
Very nearly got it back. Did well to sort of contort his body out of the way to play the defensive shot.
But you warned him about this in the second game, Jill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he has that ability to just stretch out his arm and let his racket do the rest. Lee Zii Jia doesn't need to swing his arm as we often see other players need to do. He can let his forearm and fingers do the trick.
Well, he's been brilliant at really pressurizing the net area. Lee Shi Feng.
Yeah, it's easy to mistake them.
Yeah.
Shots.
It's gone too long.
Service over.
He played the right things, Lee Shi Feng, in my opinion.
Yeah. Just needs a couple more points, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Lee Shi Feng. Give himself some sort of breathing room.
Maybe he's also starting to get a little bit tense. The Chinese player can see there's only 7 points to a first World Super 500 title. Has he won on low level? No.
He's never been past he's never even been in a quarter-final of any level. Best he's done was the last 16 of a World Tour event. It's going wide.
Yeah.
Nervous looking shot.
Service over. 15-11.
Well, Lee Zii Jia came back from 10-15 in his match against Rustavito in the deciding game. And I suggest it's now that moment when Lee Zii Jia needs to start showing us what he can do.
That's great.
But he's not been allowed to. That's the problem.
Excellent follow-up by Lee Shi Feng.
11.
He's playing well at the net, forcing the lift. And putting that away, that's just magnificent. Playing back, yeah. Taking his chances at the net. I like the play back there from Shi Feng.
12-16.
Wonderful movement back in court from this man.
13-16.
Look at that leap to play that final shot. Look at that. Beautiful. Pushed it long.
Service over. 17-13.
Very intense at the moment.
How did you defend that? What a rally. Brilliant.
Service over. 14-17.
That's a fantastic play there. First, really alert at the net was Lee Zii Jia.
17.
And then the power smash this time straight. And the way he breaks that movement, the left leg far behind him when he lands. Amazing, good net play here. And he saved it. The chances were there for Shi Feng.
Lee Feng.
So now just 1 point in it. Wow. The follow-up was perfect.
Service over. 18-16.
First challenge here.
Lee Zii Jia challenges call out.
I don't think he'll win that one.
No.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining.
2 points from the title.
Lee Zii
Just to add to the drama.
Play.
He's done it again. He's pushed too flat down the Malaysian's forehand side.
And he's also covering it really well. Lee Zii Jia.
Service over. 17-19.
Oh my goodness, that was quick.
That's a lovely play. When he needed it most.
18-19.
He was moving for, he was looking for that. 1 point in it.
He plays back.
Oh, that's a dreadful miss. It's 19 all.
19 all.
No, I can tell you as we watch that again, Shi Feng was skipping up and down on the spot, trying to loosen himself up. Who's going to have the match point? It's gone long. The match point opportunity is for the qualifier.
Service over.
Shi Feng.
20. Match point. 19.
No matter the result, we've seen much more today of what he's made of. This Shi Feng. Determined. Strong at the net. Good defense.
Yeah, I think it's his play at the net and the way he's come forward, having watched him both in the semi-final and today in the final. It's impressed me the most. Match point for Shi Feng.
A drive serve?
No. Brilliant. Good lift. What a rally. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, that was amazing. What a rally.
That's the best rally I've seen all tournament in men's single.
Absolutely astonishing.
When two players play at 100% each.
Service over. 20 all.
20 all and extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin. It's in.
It's in. It's right.
So, Lee Zii Jia having saved a match point just a
21,
moment ago
20.
as a match point opportunity himself. Great defense. Oh, that was going wide. Lee Zii Jia interplayed that.
If she just left it, then he would have been the Thailand Open champion.
Service
And the
over.
thing is, they've got to evaluate the same way whether they win or lose this, but it's going to be hard for some time.
Yeah.
because now there's a lot of luck involved.
One all. That's gone long. It's a second match point opportunity for Lee Zii Jia.
Stop is over. 22-21.
Yeah, calm down, he says to himself. How can anybody calm down? It's landed in, and having saved match point, Lee Zii Jia converts on his second match point opportunity, sinks to his knees, congratulated by his coach, Indra Wajaya.
Lee Zii Jia.
What a final. Coming
Match
from
won
behind.
by Lee Zii Jia.
4-11 down at the mid-game interval.
21-11, 23-21.
Well, some lucky fan is going to have his winning shirt as a souvenir. Well, he weathered the storm. 5 points adrift at 9-14. Now somebody gets the winning racket. Well, what a final. Spare a thought for Shi Feng, because it takes two players to create such a wonderful match. Coming from a game down, Lee Zii Jia, 17-21, 21-11, 23-21 in the deciding game, having saved a match point opportunity for his opponent at 19-20. This, the final rally. The winning moments. Look at the movement and the intensity on his face as he played that final push from the net. Just inside the back line. And the victory secured.
And I actually like the fact that Shi Feng didn't challenge the last one there. It was clearly in.
Yeah. Well, the first time that Lee Zii Jia had been in the leads in this deciding game was his first match point opportunity at 21-20. Well, two of our finals so far have seen players come back from match point down. Yeah, clearly in. Match point down to then win. What an extraordinary day of badminton. What a fantastic day of badminton. It's not over yet. Still another two finals to come. An hour and 10 minutes for the victory. Well, it's certainly been a finals day to remember so far, hasn't it, Steen?
It has. We've been treated to some fantastic finals. And We've also seen part of China's future in men's singles. I feel we're going to hear more of that Lee Shi Feng fella.
Definitely.
Welcome to the award presentation ceremony of men's single finals, Toyota GAZOO Racing Thailand Open 2022. The runner-up of men's single final is Lee Shi Feng from China.
Lee Shi Feng from China. 7 matches in the week. His first ever World Tour tournament final.
And the winner
never previously
of
progressed past the second round.
Lee Zii Jia from Malaysia.
Lee Zii Jia from Malaysia wins back-to-back titles in tournaments played. Just before the Thomas Cup finals here in Bangkok last week, he won the Asia Championships in Manila
the medals and the trophy.
and backed it up by winning the Thailand Open Super 500 event. Two titles from 4 tournaments played so far this year for Lee Zii Jia. And the 2 he didn't win, he lost in the semi-final stage. Paul Erik Koya Larsen, the president of the Badminton World Federation, presenting the medals.
Thank you very much. Now may I invite Miss Kanchana Somsit Sawat, General Manager Yonex Thailand, Far East Specialty Company Limited, to present the prize money.
The third World Tour title for Lee Zii Jia, to go with the 2018 Chinese Taipei 300 event, and of course last year at the All England Championships, one of the 3 Super 1000 events each year. So coming up next is the men's doubles final. It's the reigning world champions Hoki and Kobayashi, the number 3 seeds from Japan, up against Alfian and Ardianto of Indonesia. So welcome back to the Impact Arena here in Nonthaburi in the northern suburbs of Bangkok. What a finals day it's been so far. All 3 finals completed have been won in 3 thrilling games. Next up is the men's doubles, and it's Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi, the reigning world champions, up against